Hey guys, Pro1701 here, and today we're going to talk about Ramen Toys, which of course is a kind of toy maker who does a bunch of throwback stuff, retro stuff. They've done the Centurion figures, they've done a couple Silverhawk figures, and they have been working on their Makina line, which is basically it's basically masked. That's not masked. It's basically masked, let's just be honest. Which of course is another 80s property that I'm a huge fan of called Mobile Armor Strike Command. It's spelled with a K for some reason. I loved Mask as a kid. It's one of my favorite cartoons. It had an awesome theme song. I actually have a lot of the vintage toys. I have most of the season 1 vintage toys actually, or most of the vehicles. I absolutely love Mask. Now, Ramen Toys has already put out what they call their Red Gull Wing, which is basically the Thunderhawk, which is basically this. Now, this is the original mass toy of the Thunderhawk, which is one of the most prized toys I own. I actually had a couple of these when I was little, so I have an extreme attachment to this toy. But they have their version of this out, and it is really good. Looking at the reviews, I missed out on it originally. But it looks fantastic. I've been watching the reviews online. I really miss getting it. I have ordered the second run. They did a wonderful pre-order up on PowerCon. It was like $145 early bird special with free shipping. I did order that. Now the V2 version of it is slightly different than the V1 version of it. The stickers that you see here, they're actually tampoed on the original Makina one. They're going to be stickers on the V2. The spoiler is red on the original one. It's going to be black like on the toy. Apparently the second run's going to look more like the toy. The wings are going to be chrome instead of having the red piece inside where they come out. And I think it's going to have a little more chrome work on it as well. So slight variations, and I'm going to hate trying to put those stickers on, but I am really excited about it because it looks highly impressive. And their second release will be the Shark, what they call the Great White, which is, was it Gloria? Gloria Baker, I think was the character's name. Her vehicle, which never got released in the vintage line, which is a shame because I love the look of the vehicle. I haven't ordered that yet. I haven't decided if I am or not. I'm considering it. We'll see. But I thought it would be fun to look at 5 other vehicles I would love to get in that line and that I hope Ramen Toys puts out because they would probably get way too much of my money. And we're going to start off with what is my second favorite mass vehicle because Thunderhawk is my favorite. My second favorite is Condor, which I also have right here. Now, this isn't the one I had when I was little. I do still have that one actually put up. It's in a little rougher shape. But I love Condor. It's simple, it's small, but it's so much fun how it can just transform and everything. I've always been fascinated by it. I love the green and black color scheme. And again, it's a very simplistic toy, but it's a lot of fun, and I'd love to see what they could do with it. Plus, being a smaller vehicle, it would probably have a lower price point. It would be a great way to get people into it. I also think Condor is one of the more popular vehicles, honestly. So I think it would be a good way to get people in who might have only gotten Thunderhawk. I think that might be another one they'd be interested in, especially at a lower price point, and I know they would get my money if they did it. I have a strong love for Condor, and I think Brad was a cool character in the show, what I remember of him. I need to rewatch the show. I have it on DVD over there. Next on the list is, I believe it was called Stingray, the Corvette, the black Corvette. I have the vintage toy of that put up as well. These are the only 2 I have out at the moment. But I have a fondness for Corvettes. I drive a Corvette myself, actually. I have a C6 Corvette. Not that I'm Mr. Moneybags, it's my daily driver, and believe you me, having a Corvette as a daily driver does come with its drawbacks, I assure you. But I have a strong love for them, I always have. I like the C4 design a lot as a child of the 80s. And I love the vintage toy. I tend to love, especially when they have the play action features where you press a button and stuff happens, like in this case, the front flips over. I think it has a cool looking regular mode with the black car, but I also think its alternate mode looks really good. So they would definitely get my money if they did that one. Next on the list is Switchblade. I think Switchblade would be a good first Venom vehicle. It's iconic. I mean, it's definitely one people who are fans of the show recognize instantly. It has a really unique, stylized look to it that, I mean, immediately you know it's masked. If you're familiar with what it is, you know it's masked. It's bigger. It would probably be a little pricier because of its size. But I think after maybe as the 4th or 5th release, people would be invested in the line enough. They would spend more money. They'd probably be ready for a Venom vehicle at that time. And I consider it to be the iconic Venom vehicle. And then, of course, you could put in some fun action features, just like the vintage one has. I have the vintage one as well. And I really want that one. So I love its design. I love it. It's kind of odd for a helicopter that turns into a plane, but the design is so iconic, especially the helicopter mode. I love the helicopter mode. As someone who's a huge Airwolf fan, I have a huge fascination with helicopters. So that's another one where, depending on what it costs, they would definitely have my money. If the cost was in any way reasonable, they would have my money. Number 4 on the list. Number 4 on the list is Hurricane or Night Stalker. I know it's called both. The toy is called, I think, Night Stalker, and then the cartoon is called Hurricane, or it's the other way around. Basically, the 57 Chevy with the flames on it. That was actually one of the earliest toys I remember having. The 3 earliest ones I remember having as a kid were Thunderhawk, Condor, and Hurricane. And I absolutely loved Hurricane. I tend to call it Hurricane. I like how it switches to the 6 wheels, the gun that comes out of the windshield, the way the top flips up and Hondo can sit from it. Because, of course, that was Hondo's second vehicle in the show. He had the orange truck originally, and it was destroyed in an episode, and he got Night Stalker at the end of it. Again, it has so many action features. You could turn the part here to have the wheels flip up. You lifted the hood up to have this part shoot out. The headlights came out. It had a sensor on the back. It had so many action features. It looks cool in its regular mode. It looks super cool in its alternate mode. It would make a beautiful display piece. And I love the fact that this part could turn like a tank. It could rotate like a tank on it. That was so cool. That's a must for me. That is a must. And last on the list, another Venom vehicle is Jackhammer. Jackhammer, I tend to like the ones that really change for their alternate mode, outside of like Condor and Thunderhawk. And Jackhammer shifts a lot too. It's just really cool to see this truck change as much as it does, where this part slides back over the windshield, the top part sets up, the guns come out when the grill falls down. I like Jackhammer. Again, it strikes me, especially in its alternate mode, as a great display piece, and would love to add that, just to have a couple of Venoms there to go against the mass ones I have on display. So I want to know what you think of this list and the 5 you would pick if you could go up to Ramen Toys and be like, hey, these are the next 5 I want. Make these. So comment down below and let me know. Other things to do, don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. That helps me out. I certainly appreciate it. I also have a Patreon if you would like to become a member of that. There's a link to that down in the description below. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Finn Perkins, and Colin Coney. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. It does make a difference. I have a P.O. box down there as well. If there's anything you would like to send me to look at and review and get my thoughts on, so check that out. A link to my Amazon wish list is also down there. And most importantly, Ramen Toys, give me more mass figures, please, please, please. I love them. Or excuse me, give me more Makina figures, please, please, please. And I'm very excited to have the Gull Wing, as this version of it's called, on pre-order. I'm looking forward to getting it in. We will definitely be getting a review done for that when it does eventually come. And also, thank you for watching.